Welcome back to Obsession Engineering at TT 2024. It's Friday afternoon.
3 minutes start line, 3 minutes.
And it's 3 minutes before the Superbikes and Superstockers are going down Bray Hill. So the top 20 are up on the road, 21 onwards are in the paddock, but they'll be getting ready. There's about an hour long big bike session, and then there's little bikes out, so twins and 600s. So we'll let the boys go and play on the big bikes, and then we'll come back and get some more action on the little one. So on the run up to the session, it's quite common for riders to sit and do like a last little onboard or something like that, just to get in the zone. Basically that focuses the mind, especially if there's a section of the track there, you know, they want to improve on or they're not quite perfectly sure about. Doing the onboards is really useful. I always used to sit in the van and do an onboard on the laptop like half an hour before or something, just to get my mind focused on it. Other riders like to just sit quiet, basically stare, the 1,000-yard stare ahead, and just sort of focus the mind. But whatever system they've got before the session, you know, you've sort of got to leave them to it, so they can get their eye in, so they can get themselves wound up, so they can get themselves ready for firing off down Bray Hill. I noticed there's something on the top of your helmet, Mark.
It's an arrow, so I know what direction I'm going.
You'd like to think you already know that.
Well, yeah, but you know, let's not take things for granted, eh? I'm getting old now.
They've just called bikes 40 to 60, so Martin and then Jono next to him, it's their turn to head up to the road and go out on the big bikes. So this is only Martin's third time out on the big bike. In the wind the other day and in the bad conditions, he's similar pace, but the bike was working a lot better, so he's going to go out today and hopefully he'll go a bit faster. Martin's up next, waiting for the green light and the tap on the shoulder. Nice steady start, no point wasting the clutch. Lucky bugger getting to go down there. Tom's up on my bike, definitely the best sounding bike going. Franco's come to join us today, so having his second dose of TT.
Just really surprised you've not had me working yet. Not want me to change any tyres?
I mean, I've seen you with spanners, so no.
It's a bit of a buzz already now everything's going, isn't it?
Yes, you've been over keeping an eye on Martin as well. He was having a few little handling issues first run out.
Yeah, to try to teach him a thing or two, but he's a bit hard to teach, to be honest.
He has gone back out and he has gone missing from the timing screen, so we're not quite sure what's happened.
Yeah, try to be positive. I think hopefully he's got to the bottom of Bray Hill and maybe turned off somewhere, because it was finding it a bit hard to ride, to be honest. So yeah, fingers crossed he has just pulled off and decided to bin the lap so he can go and get out on the twin instead.
Yeah, let's hope he's not done anything daft, eh?
Yeah.
Right, Tom's just been out on a 2-lap run on the BM. Everything must be going all right, 121?
Yeah, I felt really comfortable there. Just a little thing, just changing them grips to like a slightly thinner grip as well, just gave me a little bit more feel on the bars. Honestly, that bike is so easy to ride. Obviously, I'm nowhere near a lap time yet, but it's just so easy to ride. It almost rides itself. I'm just on there, just twisting the throttle. It's beautiful.
It knows its way round.
Yeah, it's almost like you've done something there, and yeah, it's riding itself. But it's real easy to ride. I feel good on it. I feel like I could do 8 laps on it, let alone 6. So no, I feel good.
Martin went back out having made some adjustments and didn't go through sector 1, so we're a bit concerned about that. Rob went to find out, and he's retired at Union Mills, so that means he's pulled over, he's safe, but obviously we don't know what's going on. If he's pulled over on the inside of the circuit by the church at Union Mills, he will be able to get a lift back through the inside of the circuit and basically get over the footbridge and get back here so he can get back out on the other bike, but that's on the assumption he's pulled over on the right side of the road. So there is always that thing of, if you know you're pulling over, pull over somewhere where you can get to an access road. Yeah, so a few minutes stress, but that bit's settling. Julian is halfway through his 3rd lap on the Stocker, and then he'll be in, and we'll get him straight back out on the twin, and depending on what the timing is, if we're lucky, 2 laps on the twin. Right, Julian has finished his 3rd lap on the big bike. He was just having basically a debrief with Richard from Maxton, and obviously with his team, so they've got the information, and he has got a bit of time. If he's out in the next basically like 9 or 10 minutes, he should still get 2 laps on the twin. So no terrible rushing. Obviously the bike's ready, tyre pressures are done, fuel's been topped up, it's been warmed up, it is ready to go as soon as he is.
Got no first and second gear.
Yeah. She'll be a bit shorter this time, boss. Enjoy. Just that moment when they get to the end of the pit lane and nail it, and there's a little crack each time they go through a gear, and you go, sort of sends a little shiver down your spine. You go, it might only be a little twin, but it's far enough down Bray Hill, and you know, it's a buzz. And well, I bet there's a bit of a buzz from here. I tell you what, though, I am jealous of that boy right now. I would love to be going down Bray Hill flat out. Mega. Do you still miss it, Eric?
Oh yeah, of course. Of course you miss riding around this place, the best place in the world, or racing motorcycle, but things move on, people's faces don't fit, whatever. So next best thing is giving somebody else the opportunity to do it themselves, so that's what we're here for.
Going for a second lap. Waiting for him over the line, 114.6. That's not bad. Second time he sat on the bike. I'm keeping an eye on the live timings. I have my two starred riders out on the twin, so Martin and Julian. And Martin's actually quite quick on his twin, 113 first lap. Julian was 114.6, so that was a good, like basically second ever lap on the bike. And he's just chipping away at his sector times. If I go into Julian's sectors, I can see where he's better. So basically, a flying lap is worth 5 seconds over a standing start lap. So he's obviously a little bit quicker on this lap. Second sector was within a couple of tenths. Third sector was a couple of seconds quicker. And so he is chipping away on this. So hopefully this will be like a 115 lap, maybe even towards a 116 lap, unless he gets short lapped, and that sort of tends to mess up your timings a little bit. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's good.
It sits in 6 years. It sits at 10.5.
Right. Okay. So we could probably go a tooth shorter again, couldn't we? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Happy.
Good
Yeah.
fun, yeah.
Yeah. Rest handling all okay? Well, is steering any better today? The turning?
It actually still felt. It felt good, but it still felt a bit.
We could go a bit more.
Somehow, but
Yeah.
no, it felt good.
Cool. Yeah.
What do we do?
115.8.
That'll do.
Yeah. It's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, happy with that.
So you're in the
Yeah. I think that's good mix. That is.
you're in the mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For second run on it, we can got to be happy with that. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's just, you know, it takes me a bit to know
Yeah.
which gear to use, but
Yeah.
I think there's plenty left. So
Yeah. That's cool.
that was good fun.
Yeah. We'll get parked up, and then we can have a bit more of a chat through it if you want. But we've got the basic idea, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was speed trap like?
I haven't checked.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll have a look.
Like I said, it's good over the mountain in 6 gear.
Yeah.
It's just the approach to Crosby. You know, everything that's uphill,
Yeah. Just a bit
Glen
flat.
Vine and all those sorts. It's kind of like it sits at 9.5.
Right. Okay. Yeah. We'll
The
go.
rest is a bit better.
Yeah. We'll go a little bit shorter then. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
happy
cool.
days.
Nah. Good. Right. So the stress just seeps away then. 2 decent laps on it. First time Julie's actually done like a 2-lap run on it. Franco's pointing at something. Yeah, I think we've had a bit of a bird strike on the go there. Yeah, we're 145, 146 mile an hour down, so a little bit down still, so the gearing is still a tiny bit tall, but the bike is generally better everywhere at the moment, so yeah, we're going in the right direction. We have a little bit more tweak to do, but yeah, happy days. The bike is qualified and the rider is happy. A few minutes to go before the evening session, and sod whether the riders energised. Franco looks like he's ready for it.
Seeing everyone walk around with them, I don't normally drink them, but I thought, I'm on holiday,
Push the boat out.
push the boat out, have a monster.
I mean, it's better than having a pint, I suppose.
Well, we'll have a pint as well, can't we?
Well, it's your birthday, isn't it?
Birthday pints, yeah.
Well, not a teenager anymore. Are you feeling incredibly mature?
I like to say yes, but I don't think I've ever felt mature in my life, to be honest.
No change.
No.
Right then, Rob. A slightly testing first session this afternoon with a big bike, but you've got it sorted now.
Yeah, all sorted, mate. Yeah, we just had a problem with the steering damper. One of them things that happens around here, isn't it? You know. But yeah, it's all fixed. We're going to go again and hope for the best tonight.
He's going fast on the twin.
He's going fast on the twin. He's doing really well on the twin. He's happy. He is ready to race the twin. So the plan is to leave that part tonight, unless he thinks that he can maybe go a little bit quicker, and then he'll have another go. But yeah, that's ready to go. He's happy with that. We just need to work on this big bike. They're a bit of an animal around here, as you know, Dave. So fingers crossed we can actually get some laps in tonight, and then tomorrow morning, job will be ready.
I'm not quite sure what Jono's doing, but he had to borrow my long and to slip into his hole. How's it going, Jono?
It's going very good. Very, very good indeed.
What are you trying to achieve?
Trying to back some rebound off, because I was a silly boy and wound it all the way in to change the spring and didn't wind it back out again.
Ah, yes. So a technical adjustment to suspension by poking a screwdriver through a frame.
Yeah, look at that now. I've wrecked my sticker. My nice new sticker.
Is that the tickle?
That's a tickle.
Obviously, it can get incredibly stressful in the pit lane waiting for riders to come around, a bit like that at TT. So sometimes you have to take steps to fend off the stress. Yep, feeling less stress right now. Chris is just parking Tom's big bike up, or should I call it my big bike? We'll call it Tom's big as he's riding it. So 120 on a standing start, 119.9 on the second lap, but they short lap you, and weirdly the last sector always adds time in the short lap sector, so it would have been a bit quicker. He did do 121 earlier though, so yeah, a little bit slower this evening, but conditions do change.
Yeah, got held up a bit that second lap, which was a bit annoying because I was ready to go for it, but no, I feel comfortable, still feels nice and easy. Just got to find that extra little bit of speed, ain't I?
Your dad shouting that you need to get out.
He's so impatient, he just needs to calm down. It's almost like there's something happening, isn't there?
In the 118s now, a bit better?
So windy, isn't it?
Yeah, still windy up the top.
Everywhere.
How's the bike feel?
Yeah, loads better, yeah. Like, it was obviously the dampers, but obviously been loose for a while. But yeah, it felt good.
Right, the speeds have gone up in that session, but interestingly, the fastest three bikes out there were all super stockers. So Igman did 134.6, which is going quite well. And then Davey Todd and Mickey D were both in the like 32s, I think it was, 32s, maybe into the 33s. But on the stockers, and Mickey D actually went back out on the superbike, but was faster on the stocker. So I think it's fair to say, super stock bikes around here work pretty well. Right, the smaller bike session, Super Sport and Super Twin, are getting ready to go out. Julian has gone for a third lap on the big bike, so by the time he gets in, he should get 2 on the 600, but he probably won't get back out on the Twin unless he decides to do a 1-and-1 run. But that's up to him. He does need some more laps on the 600, to be fair. Right. The bike's not here, but it is riding down Bray Hill pretty much right now. We didn't expect Julian in quite so soon. He went out and we expected him to do 2 laps on the 600, but he must have pulled off somewhere and like ridden back through town or something, because he actually came the back way into the paddock. And it looked like there were, I don't know, maybe a brake disc or something that wasn't quite right with it. And so we saw him warm the bike back up straight away, double check the tyre pressures, and he's disappeared out on that. So he's only got fuel for 1 lap. Realistically, he's only got time for 1 lap, so it's going to work out all right. But at least he gets another run out on the Twin. So check the little gearing and ride height change we've done. So yeah, it was a good job we were ready. Finn, you're over on the island supporting your brother Tom. He's been going all right today, hasn't he?
Yeah, no, he went really well this morning on the Twin and on your big bike. Yeah, he's done really well. Can't tell him that to his face, but no, he's done well so far.
Cool. You fancy this in a few years?
I don't think Stephen would let us have me around here as well as Tom. No, I don't think he'd let me.
That's the right answer, well done. Right, it was all going well for half a lap, and then he stopped at Parliament Square. So he's phoned me up, we've had a chat, he's broken down, there was a rattling noise of some description, so he's pulled over. So it's down at Parliament Square, it's a bit of a trek, but we're going to jump in the van, go and get him, and then yeah, see what's gone wrong with my little baby. Right, you'll have to ignore the incredibly loud PA system that's behind me. Right, it's a lovely drive down the coast road to Parliament Square. Does take a while though, but we're here and we have found a twin and a Dave Molyneux on a sidecar. Not actually seen our rider yet, he might be in the chip shop. Well, we guessed correctly, you're in the chip shop.
I decided to stop at Parliament Square for some fish and chips. Unfortunately, yeah, no.
One of those,
yeah, breakdowns. But felt good until that point. So
yeah,
bike's definitely quick.
Yeah, we'll get it back to the garage and get it fixed, and yeah. Oh well.
Go again.
Yeah, better in practice, and at least you're in one piece.
Yeah, that's the most important. Yeah.
So after a slightly late Friday night, it is now Saturday morning on the Isle of Man. The Aprilia, we got it back and had a quick look at it, and unfortunately it's had a big end failure. And to be fair, they're not prone for that, so when I get it home there'll be a bit more investigation work. But we have got a spare engine, and it's in the boot of the car. So it turns out you don't need a van. What you need is a Suzuki Alto, because you can put the engine in the back and actually even still get the seats up. It's a snug fit, but it does fit. It does also slightly affect performance of the car. But we've got it here, so we're just going to wake that into the bike and then we'll be ready to go again. Might be mid-engine change, but then the session started for the last quali for Superbike and Super Stockers, and you know, I couldn't just sit there and listen to the commentary when it was so close to being in the action. So I've popped up here, hanging around sort of Martin's area. Then if he comes in, might be able to help a little bit maybe, or just stand out of the way and see what goes on. But yeah, when there's activity going on, you don't want to be buried down there just putting bolts in an engine, really. Right then, Martin's first lap of the day was 118.8, and he is thrown Conk Nimona, so I'm just going to wait for him to come across the line, hopefully get him a bit closer to the 120. Here we go. Right, let's see what that was. He is across the line, 119.15. So he's chipping away. Every lap is a little bit quicker. The real game now is whether it's been enough to get him on the grid for the 6-lap races, because everybody is going fast at the moment. It's 2:35. The Aprilia is basically done. I've just got to put some oil and water in it and basically fire it up and give it the last couple of checks. But I decided it better to go up and actually watch the start of the Supersport race. So they're kicking off in 10 minutes. I'm going to go up, absorb a bit more of the excitement. As a rider, this would be the bit where, probably like hour to 2 hours before, I used to get quite grumpy. You'd get like the knot in your stomach, and I had to sort of force feed myself because I don't run on empty very well. But you'd just, you know, go through a bit of a routine. You'd get a drink, you'd get your helmet, make sure your visors are prepped, get your kit on, have a bit of a walk up there. I like to be up there a bit in advance, and just, I wanted the quiet because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of, I suppose, pressure, but it's from yourself. You want to perform well, and so yeah, it takes a bit to get in the zone. But from this side of the fence, it's considerably easier. So we're going to have a wander up there, make sure everybody gets away safe, and actually maybe go and spectate a little bit. 5 minutes before the start of the Supersport race, and Julian, you are the most chilled man in the paddock, I think.
Probably that relaxed because I'm treating it as a further practice session. So, no, happy, looking forward to it. Hope I can get 4 decent laps on a Supersport bike, and it's basically just a warm-up for tomorrow's Superbike race anyway, so yeah, we'll see.
Looking forward to this one, Barry?
I am, mate, yeah. Good weather finally.
Yeah, sun shining, not a bad time to ride around.
That's what we're here for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's going to be nice. Cheers, pal.
Relaxed and ready to go?
Relaxed, very relaxed. It's a small bike now. This morning is a big 1000. Wow, incredible. Now is a relax, cool. Enjoy.
Yeah, bike's fit, ready to go. He's fit and raring to go. So, this way we go.
How nervous are you as dad and mechanic?
More nervous than him, probably.
Nervous on a scale of 1 to 10?
About 8, I think. Just want to get going. You know yourself. Once you set off, get down the bottom of Bray, you're fine. You just get into it. Yeah, be all right, won't it?
Yeah. I always found once you got your helmet on, you're pushing down there. Then you sort of were more focused than nerves.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Once you get in that no man's land, that's when right, let's go. Like you switch on and that's it. Let's go. We're on here.
Yeah, you're definitely going then.
Yeah, you're definitely. Yeah, you're not going back.
You look a bit more chilled than half the other boys, Mark. How many times have you done this now?
Well, this is my 86th start, so I've been up here a few times now. Been around the block a few times, let's say.
The novelty's worn off, but the excitement's still there.
Yeah. It's still great to be up here. There is a novelty value to it, but the excitement's still there. But I don't get mega excited anymore because you know that it can be right up to the last second. There can be a delay. So I drop right into fully race gear just as I get there, and the mate puts his hand on your shoulder. And you know what a lovely feeling that is. Hands on your shoulder. You know you've got less than 10 seconds until you're launching into one of the best experiences you're going to experience.
One by one, as the bikes sort of disappear out the gate down Bray Hill, then obviously they need to keep the boys moving. So the guys are a bit further down here. They've got a little bit more of a push or a ride down to the start gate, but in order, one by one. Dom's got his dad pushing the bike out for him, but then he'll put it in gear, and now he's got his helmet on. Now the focus really begins, and when he gets down to the gate, he'll still have probably 60 seconds, maybe a little bit more, of just sat on the bike, getting really, really focused. Right, Tom's up next, waiting for the tap on the shoulder. Off he goes for 150 miles, absolutely flat out. And the only thing to stop him is a pit stop for fuel for about 40 seconds. The lucky bugger. So the oddity of TT is you only see your rider once every 38 miles. So there's a lot of basically waiting around. So we've got the live timing stuff up so I can see where stuff is going. If I just scroll to the top, Mickey D is currently leading by 2 seconds from Davey Todd and Dean Harrison. Dino was actually leading at the end of the first lap, but it all changes because the gaps are very small. There is a lot of people either on their phones or on the tablets or listening to the radios, and the teams in pit lane you can't use your phones, so they're looking at the sort of timing board, if you can see that. And that's got little rings, so it basically estimates where your rider is on circuit, and then at certain timing points it pings them through. So yes, there's quite a bit of waiting and quite a lot of tension, and yeah, but there's also quite a lot of sunshine, so it's not all bad. So I nipped out to St Ninians for a little bit of spectating, and I'm not normally much of a spectator, but that is pretty impressive through there, especially Mickey D, who on a flying lap, everybody pulls like, there's a little jump, but most of them like stand on the bars and like pull the bars a little bit to like make it wheelie over the crest. Mickey D was fully tucked in, full flight, both wheels level, he just went, that was impressive. It flew for long enough that everybody in the crowd could see it. So yeah, fair play to him for that. Right, race result finished. Mickey D from Davey Todd, Dean Harrison, and it was relatively close, it was pretty good. Jim behind, 5th, just behind Hillier as well. That is a mega result from the lad from Castaway. So yes, there's been some exciting racing going on out there. And yes, I am still jealous.
Probably one of the best races I've ever had round here, that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Were you in a gaggle?
Yeah, me, Mike Norbury, Sam West come past at the start, and then Dave Rigby, yeah, which is proper good.
Woo! Sam, have you been doing something silly?
Full-blown pheasant strike. Coming down from Brandish towards Hilbury, they could see a pheasant there, and I thought, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. The last minute, the daft it just jumps up. Full-blown strike in there in the armpit and on my hand. I thought I'd broken my hand. It was that much of an impact. I even let the guy overtake and pass. There was so much blood, couldn't even hold on. I come into the pit, said forget the screen or anything. Not that the screen was there. Get the blood off the bar. It was dripping.
A few minutes after the race, you're looking pretty chilled already, Tom.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm happy enough with that. I think we finished 29th, which It's not the best, not exactly where I want to be, but I'm happy enough. And still 120 straight from the off. I think that's the first for me, because I normally poodle around for the first lap and then warm up.
Is it the best place in the world to ride a motorbike?
Absolutely, absolutely. I don't know how you're doing it right now and being here but not riding, it must be hard. I do feel for you, to be honest, Dave. But what do you reckon, you'll be back next year or?
No. If I keep saying no, I might convince myself.
It's probably for the best, isn't it? But
yeah,
you could come back on a twin, couldn't you?
We'll leave it there. Well done, Tom.
Thank you. Cheers.
So that is it. Racing at TT is definitely a go for 2024. And yes, I am missing it. There is a sidecar race going shortly, but I need to get back in there and just finish the twin off. So thank you for watching, and join me again next time for some more motorbike fun.